All right, football is not mathematics. You know how it is now. Southampton collecting 6 from Chelsea and then going to defeat Arsenal by 0-0. And at the end of the day, the same Arsenal coming to play against Chelsea and defeating Chelsea by 4-2. If you end up trying to do permutations and combinations with, football teams playing against each other and which one will win and which one will lose, you just get tired and, you lose a lot of money, putting your money where your mouth is. All right, you're welcome to another episode of Strictly Sports. They've got the touchscreen managers with me, Charles in the building, Rotimi in the building. Akachuku isn't here right now, attending to other matters. Rotimi, you're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Charles, welcome as well.
Thanks. It's nice to be here. What guys?
Yeah. So we'll be talking about, we'll just talk about some of the things that are actually trending in football, basically. I think we should start with one very interesting. There's a 25-year-old that has won the league title 11 times. 11 times. We're talking about Kingsley Coman. He was at PSG. From PSG, he went to Juventus. From Juventus, he went to Bayern Munich. There was a time he won the league at PSG. He was eligible for the league at PSG because he spent a half season at PSG and then spent the other half of the season at Juventus. At 11 league titles. Every year of his professional career, he has won the league. I think if you want to win the league, just sign Kingsley Coman. What do you think?
Well, I think it's time for Man to go and get their checkbooks.
Mind you.
Because, yes, no.
I don't understand.
They need to sign. They need to go and get Kingsley Coman now. It seems like
so that they will break his record.
It's not the solution.
Wait, Ronaldo will not go to the Champions League if he remains at United. That will be the first time in forever.
Yeah, sure.
Some curses are bigger than some blessings.
Well,
It's one of the reasons why you can't judge a player's success by the amount of titles he has.
Rotimi, can you speak up a bit?
Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why you can't judge a player by the amount of league titles he has,
Yeah, I know. You can't judge. You're not Judge Judy, but still, this is obvious now. He's playing for big teams and he's actually winning titles.
He has 11 league titles. There are some of the greatest players who have ever lived do not have 11. Pele does not have 11 league titles. But when you look at his career and see 11 league titles, it makes your mind, you try to fathom it, but you can't understand it. That's why, when we talk about LeBron, talk about Michael Jordan, and people talk about the 6 titles, I'm just trying to, make a point here. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you can't bring in the LeBron and Jordan argument here now. Like, what are you saying, bro? What, like, it doesn't even. Why do you bring some kind of weird stuff? If you want to look at the numbers, you look at also the other numbers. Like, the highest number of points per game in the playoffs is MJ. You understand? LeBron isn't even in top 4. He's not top 4.
No. I think you are mistaken, John. The player to have the most amount of playoff points is LeBron James.
But points per game, what are you saying? When you play for 19 seasons or how many seasons, you have the most points now. It's obvious. Sheer volume. But points per game, that's where you usually argue. Okay, this guy played 500 matches and scored 250 goals. The other guy played just 100 matches and scored 95 goals. They'll be like points per game or goals per game, stuff like that is a very simple stuff. It's simple arithmetic. You went to school, like you're not an illiterate, so it's very easy.
Should I let me just hit you with a quick fact, okay?
All right, quick.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell, Spider, has a career points per game in the playoff of 29.17.
Yes.
That makes him 4th on the all-time playoff.
Yes. Rotimi, I know where you're going to, but let me tell you something. Rotimi, let me say something. Rotimi, you know what they call sheer volume?
Has a points per game of 26.48.
Rotimi.
So what they do, they don't just use only points per game.
There is a number of games you must have played.
Not just one statistics.
Yes. Charles, I'm sure we all know Opta Joe here. We all know Opta. Opta
Yeah,
stats.
we do
You know
now,
what
we do,
Opta
yeah.
stats does? Opta stats, when they are doing stats, they will tell you maybe minimum of 10 games played, minimum of 15 games played, for example, because they're trying to let you know that there are some people who played just 2 or 3 games, for example, and have maybe
To score 7
yes, a lot of goals in that, but they didn't play for long. For example, when you are comparing LeBron James and Michael Jordan, Jordan played about 15 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, in the NBA. Or how many seasons? 13 seasons or so. I can't remember how many seasons.
Yeah,
he played a particular number of seasons for him to be eligible for that kind of record. You get that one is, by the way, there's no need for us to go and start arguing basketball now because I'm sure I'll flog in.
Yeah, but
let's go back to football.
Yeah, but Donovan Mitchell
Let's
has
go back
played,
to football. Has Donovan Mitchell got into a Western Conference final or Eastern Conference final?
About 37. Donovan Mitchell has played about 37 playoff games.
Has he got into a conference final?
You can't also use points per game.
Has he got into a conference final? Rotimi, has he got into a conference final?
No, see, I think you guys.
How does that change?
No, like when you are arguing, you argue about
They
everything.
don't just use one.
He has not won a ring. We said Michael Jordan has more points per games per time James. He has more rings than James. He has gone to 6 finals and he has won all 6 finals. So those are points. We are using different points. You are just bringing one point. You are behaving like Warakpa.
No,
Do you have Warakpa?
Of course, I'm just trying to show you that your point that you are using is they are very myopic. You know, when you talk about LeBron James, he leads the playoff in points. You
Okay,
understand?
all right.
Total points.
How many finals has LeBron been to? How many? Okay, these things are simple.
Of triple doubles in the playoff.
How many points has LeBron? How many finals has he been to?
10.
He has
10.
been to
Finals,
10
right?
finals.
10. Okay, wait.
10
We are not.
finals.
I'm asking some questions.
I don't think you understand how crazy that is.
Charles, someone has
Took
been to
the
10
Cleveland
finals.
Cavaliers.
Charles.
Look, see,
I went to
yeah,
represent my
listen to
school.
you, John, yeah?
I won the competition in my school in such a way that I became the best math student. So for 10 consecutive competitions, I went to represent my school out there, right? I went to represent my school for 10 consecutive competitions. Then I won first 4 times and I came back 4 times. That's Bimba. Then there was another person, all through that period, there was a guy all through that period. There was only 6 times that he actually won the competition to go and represent the school. All through the time we're both in the same thing. Or I heard about him rather. That this guy, he only went 6 times to represent the school, but all the 6 times he went, he came back with first position. So meaning he has won the school 6 national titles.
I get.
Do you get where I'm coming from?
This is why you don't understand basketball.
Oh, bro! I don't understand what. What are you saying?
A more appropriate example would have been you being on a team.
Yeah.
Your school, you are on a team with $5.
Stop making. Let's not even start with that. Before the season started, let's be honest. Rotimi. Should I go and dig out your tweets? You said you are winning it all. You said you are winning it all.
You don't need to dig out.
Charles, you are a third party here. At least you understand me. What did Charles say? Charles, what did Rotimi say?
Los Angeles.
Charles, you are the honest person here. You are the middle ground here. What did Charles say? And what did Rotimi say, Charles? He said they have the best team in the league. Yes, that they have the best team in the league, right? Meaning, LeBron James carried the best team in the league and did not qualify for playoffs. Michael Jordan would never do that.
Well,
he would not carry a Scottie Pippen and a Dennis Rodman and not qualify for playoffs.
He would never, right?
Yes.
I seem to recall when Michael Jordan, those 2 seasons spent in Washington.
He did not have Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis caliber of players. Don't argue, bro. Don't argue, bro. Don't argue, bro.
he had one. LeBron Jordan.
He had a lot of really good players in the Washington.
Are we trying to be honest here, or we are just speaking like something is wrong with our head?
Austin Reeves and Wenyan Gabriel. Those are the people that LeBron spent playing with. Austin Reeves.
Rotimi, the same you that say Anthony Davis is one of the greatest big men ever.
Injured. Anthony Davis was injured.
Oh, bro. Are you listening?
So it's not LeBron James.
Charles.
LeBron James is 38 years old. averaging 30 points per
Davis
game.
played 30, he played up to 40 something matches.
Yes,
In
more
those
than
matches,
half.
Anthony Davis
More than
played.
half of the season.
How many? How many did he
We went 21-19 in the 40 games LeBron Anthony Davis played. We went 21-19.
119. So in those 19
That's a
games,
little
was
over 500. That's a little over 500.
where
So
was
that's
he
the
in
kind
those
of record
19
you want
games? I'm
with
sure some
Anthony
of those
Davis.
19 games he lost to the Rockets.
Yes.
He lost to teams like the Rockets.
The Rockets.
to
He
teams
lost
like
with Kuminga.
Wizards.
The Warriors using Kuminga rookies to beat them. Kuminga, come bucket.
You know,
Come bucket.
what you don't understand is what you don't understand about those 40 games, those 40 odd games that he played this time.
I'm listening.
In some of those games, he was just coming off the back of an injury. So it's
Whoa,
not like
bro.
it's not
Bro.
like he was fully
Okay, bro.
fit
Bro.
for
Bro.
Oh,
This
sure,
is
some of
sure.
those games.
Bro.
He was not fit.
Bro.
I don't even want us to go into Anthony Davis, right? He
Rotimi.
had a horrific season by his standards.
How come Russell
But-
Westbrook all of a sudden became a very, useless player?
Charles, can you compare Michael Jordan's 16-17 season to LeBron's
16-17
season?
I don't understand though. When did Michael
How
Jordan
many
play 16 and
seasons
17
did
season?
16, yeah?
He retired
Jordan-
twice. He
Jordan
played 15. He retired twice. Oh,
Yeah,
Michael Jordan retired twice. He retired,
How
came
many
back, did
seasons
three
did
peats.
Jordan
Do
play?
you know what it means to do three peats, bro? Three peats.
How many seasons did Jordan play?
15.
Child,
He was injured for his whole of his second year.
So in his
He retired
so
between
in his
93 and
14th
95.
and 15th season.
He
right?
retired again between 98
14
and
number
another
14
time
and
again.
15, right?
He retired a lot of times,
Can you
bro.
compare his? Oh my God! I don't care if he retired 1 billion times.
But he
Don't
has
make
more
him
rings
to
than
be
your
retired.
goat.
Please don't make.
He has more rings than your goat, your Ewu.
John, let him land.
I'm not going to let him land because there is nowhere to land. He's on water. He's not landing anywhere.
I tell him to retire. Don't be
He might
LeBron
crash.
talking
Bros,
Nobody told him
okay,
to
bros. This is
retire.
how it is. This is how it is. When they are talking about in the NBA, the NBA. This is the way the NBA has been doing this thing. When they are talking, they'll be like points per game, assists per game, rebounds per game, right?
I just gave
In
you an
assists per
example
game is
of-
John Stockton,
of using
right?
all those stats,
Assists
right?
per game, the king
Because
is
there are
John
people that
Stockton.
are stat
John
padders,
Stockton, wait,
right?
the John Stockton is the
People
king.
like Spider.
Am I correct, Charles? John Stockton is the king
You
when it
are.
comes to
Go
assists
on.
per game.
Yes.
Like they're even saying, some people are even
Yeah.
saying they will never ever catch his record in terms of volume for assist and also assists per game, right? And then
Yeah, assists,
there's
yeah,
points
it's
per
over.
game,
It's true.
over 31 points. There's only one player that has over 30 points per game in regular season in NBA history. One player. There's only one player in playoffs history that has over 32. He has about 33 point something points per game. One player. That same player has won 6 finals MVP. The same player is the only player to have won. When we're going somewhere, he's the only player that to have won MVP, and at the same time, he has won what do they call it? Defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year.
You understand? And has also won finals MVP. Like there's a lot of record he has that it's only him that has done it. Now you see that there's something that Michael Jordan has done. He's the only there are like 3 players that have won in the same season. No, they won finals MVP, they won MVP, and then they were in all defensive team. Like you heard the record I just got back.
Team, yeah.
Shaq has done it. Michael Jordan has done it. I think Akeem Olajuwon, I can't remember, or Abdul Karim Abdul-Jabbar has done it. 3 players or thereabouts have done it. Now MJ has done it like 4 times or thereabouts. Like you are the best player in the world attacking wise. Everybody knows. You are also you are more in the team of the like defensive team of the like what did they call this guy now? What's the name of this guy? Van Dijk. You understand? Like at least that's the best defender in the world right now. Van Dijk now be like highest goal scorer. He scored the highest number of goals in the Champions League or Premier League, and then he kept the highest number of clean sheets
John,
as a defender.
John,
Then
before you go too far, right? John, before you go too far.
all right, I'm
I
listening to
just
you.
want to. I don't like calling out my guys, but there was a false your
Okay, what was the first? Correct me.
You said he was the only one to have averaged over 30 points per game in his entire NBA career. That is wrong. Will Chamberlain averaged 30.07 in his career.
Okay, so in his career now it's 30.7.
Number two, right? Number 2.
No, MJ is what? MJ is what? Tell us.
Jordan,
Michael Jordan is what first? Let's know. 31 points what?
Jordan has the highest. He's also 30. He's 30 points.
He's 31 point something.
He has the highest points per game.
He's 31 point something.
30.12.
Then how come with Chamberlain is 30.7?
Okay.
How?
30.07. 30.07.
Okay, 07.
Alright,
Okay.
go on.
What of LeBron? What of LeBron? No, we have to talk about LeBron before we move now. What of LeBron?
LeBron is a pass first guy.
What
Don't
of
you understand?
wait
He's a
first? Let's just
pass
talk.
first scorer.
Don't worry. Yes, we know what of
He had
LeBron.
so
Before
many
this
assists
Shalaye,
that
they say
it's
resist the
mind-blowing.
urge to Shalaye. What of LeBron?
LeBron.
Yes, 20 what?
He's 27.1.
Okay, up to 7. That's good. Now let's move on to what's the other correction you wanted to make?
Okay, so the other correction I wanted to make is you keep talking about Jordan and his defensive feats.
Yes.
And,
What do you want to say?
but-
That it was a scam? He won DPOYO,
No,
defensive player of the
Listen,
year.
listen,
You know,
listen.
yeah. So I'm about to get to my point, and I
All right.
don't want you to interrupt me until I finish. Please.
All right.
So, back in the Jordan era, they were very aggressive, and you always use that argument to your advantage, but you never seem to look at when he played the bad boys piston, and Jordan himself was aggressive. Hitting
Yes.
people's hands.
But you know what they call Jordan
kicking
rules?
Shoulders. They literally did not blow flagrant.
Do you know what they call
You
Jordan
understand?
rules? Do you know what they call Jordan rules?
It was all fair game.
Do you know what they call Jordan rules?
Please. All these Jordan rules. There is nothing called a Jordan rule.
Hey, this boy.
Jordan rule in your
They
basket
were
and all those
beating
things.
him up practically.
Allow
They were
me, bro.
fighting. I will not allow him to rest because we do see old NBA clips where defenders will practically beat you up. They will beat you down. You're
It's
trying
not
to
just
dunk.
a
You know, then they were-
also did.
But you know what they call
Jordan-
flopping, but LeBron does a lot of flopping.
Jordan
You blow breeze in
also-
LeBron's eyes, LeBron will roll on the floor and be doing like Neymar. LeBron is like the Neymar of the current NBA.
In the top five this year,
Yeah.
of people that are driving to points in the paint, driving to the basket,
Yeah.
LeBron was there, but he was not anywhere in the top 10 when it comes to going to the free throw line. So he was not getting calls.
No,
I can
you are
give
talking
the
about
reason.
calls. Who is calling him? Is he a doctor? Why is he going on calls?
Even though
See,
they changed the rules, I'll
Bro.
bring players that still went to the free throw line more
bro,
than him. They don't go to the
LeBron,
free throw
no.
line more than him.
It's all right. We've made this about
Jordan went
LeBron
to the
and
free throw line more
Michael
than
Jordan.
him.
It's all right.
Embiid went to the free throw line
Can
more
we
than
talk about one more thing before we wrap up?
You can call LeBron a flopper or whatever, but he doesn't get the call.
Can we wrap up with something before we do this thing? Has Ronaldo made Manchester United better or worse? Simple question.
Okay. I believe that without Cristiano Ronaldo, I'll answer your question another way. Without Cristiano Ronaldo this season,
Yes.
Man would not even be in the conversation for a European place.
Was Cristiano Ronaldo there last season?
You might disagree, from a place of hate or whatever.
What are you saying, place of hate?
It was a long time coming.
Plate of hate.
For
Which
Manchester
plate of hate?
United,
Sorry,
it
Charles.
was a long
Let
time
Charles talk.
coming.
Let Charles talk.
It was always going
Okay.
to happen like this, okay? It was always going to happen like this. Man, you
Okay,
have
wait,
been,
Rotimi.
Let Charles talk, Rotimi. Allow Charles to land.
slowly, and other clubs have been improving.
Allow
Look at
Charles to
Arsenal,
land,
look at
my brother.
Tottenham, look at the
Allow
rest of
Charles
them.
to
They are
land.
improving steadily.
Yeah, I get you right. You're saying a lot of things that make sense, but look at it this way. Since Ronaldo came, I don't know what happened. Like all the players just seem to forget how to play football.
Simple.
Look at Bruno Fernandes. I'm not saying Ronaldo is the cause of all these things. It's just a domino effect, right?
Honestly.
His presence alone. Maybe these players got pressurized. I don't know. A lot of things could have happened in the back room, and for the kind of positions that they had been ending in previous seasons, you would say that maybe Ronaldo had an effect. Well, it would be very unfair to say that he was the only one and he's the only reason. Because, come on, Maguire is playing bullshit by the week. You have to tell us he has forgotten how to defend. Varane, I don't know where he left his bowling boots. He doesn't do anything anymore. Wan-Bissaka, that was supposedly our best tackler, he has lost it all. So, the whole Man U team is just a mess.
And Rashford,
And I
Dr.
think it comes
Rashford.
from the front office. No, Dr. Rashford is all about, he has so many things that he's probably thinking about.
Yes,
So,
charity project
I don't
outside.
know. So the whole thing, there has been a lot of issues right from the front desk. You had the Greenwood incident, you had death threats to Maguire, and Ronaldo too. He had his child, and so many things that has happened over the course of the year. So the team is just in a state of rebuilding, and they need to offload a lot of these players. Like, you still have Mata Eddie. £150,000, and he's not doing anything. Meanwhile, the Rudiger in Chelsea, how much is he earning? I think he's not even up to 100,000. And see what he's doing there. So they've already taken the right.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with what you're saying, Charles. Right?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. But if you look at what Chiellini said after Cristiano left Juventus,
I remember that. Yeah.
When Cristiano came, Juventus, he said they became, they lost that sense of accountability that, after all, there's Cristiano will save them. After all, there's Cristiano. And it's over and over again. But at the third season,
obviously.
But at the third season, it became, up to the point that Dybala barely scored any goals. So I understand what you're saying. But if you look at Man U, right, the situation is slightly different. If you had seen the Juventus, I would understand. But with Man U, look at their then look at the players and their individual performances. Bruno, I accept, has had a drop in form, but Pogba has been the same as always. Okay, Sancho is a new player. He's expected to not be. Sancho is not expected to be
to hit the ground running.
Wan-Bissaka was already showing last season. And if you look at the other teams, Arsenal have had a massive improvement. Big ups to Arteta. They are massive.
They are complimenting Arteta. Like the same.
Big ups to Arteta. I think it's time to wrap up. We've exceeded our time.
Sometimes you have to swallow your pride and say it.
We've exceeded our time. We'll continue this conversation some other time.
So, as you are saying, everybody is improving around the league. Antonio Conte, a born winner.
Are you listening to me at all, Rotimi?
Yeah, he is. He'll soon round up. Just let him wrap up his points.
Oh yeah, wrap it up like Semo. Sharp. All right, I think he has wrapped it up like Semo. It's time for us to just call it wraps. Thank you very much, Charles and Rotimi, for being a part of Strictly Sports. It's been fun. Talking about Coman, then to LeBron and Jordan, and then to Ronaldo. A lot of banter here and there. All right, it's been a wonderful time. Thank you very much, and don't forget to spread kindness around wherever you find yourself. Catch you later. Bye for now.